Welcome to the Godfather saga, a journey through power, family, and destiny. This is where the Corleone story begins, with loyalty, family, and power.
A wedding day marks the beginning of many destinies. Power often hides in the quietest corners. Refusing the wrong man can spark a war. Loyalty draws blood when danger comes close. The family holds its breath as the Don fights to live. Courage appears when love is threatened. A single slap can awaken the man you become. A decision made in shadows can change the world. Ambition strikes like a knife in the street. A son breaks when a father falls. The family prepares for war in the shadows. We can't back down now! We need to be smart about this. Plan every move. Blood demands a decisive response. A peaceful man becomes a protector under threat. Joy is fragile in a world built on vengeance. Betrayal often hides behind familiar smiles. At home, tempers burn as hot as bullets. Rage blinds even the strongest warrior. Violence leaves no sons unburied. A father's grief bends even the hardest heart. End this war. Peace has a price only kings can pay. Home shifts when the air returns changed. Love must adapt to the world it enters. Every kingdom needs a new general. Weakness lives in the shadow of power. A dying man warns with final clarity. Children remind us of the innocence we lost. The king is dead, long live the king. Enemies move quickly when the throne sits empty. Vengeance demands precision, not fury. A baptism washes the soul even as sins unfold. While vows are spoken, loyalties realign. Mercy finds no place in this new kingdom. Old traitors meet old debts. Even family must answer for betrayal. Revenge completes the cycle of power. Truth becomes smoke when power rewrites it. The door begins to close on the man she thought she knew.
A king is crowned not by love, but by fear.
I am not guilty. And so begins the reign of the new Godfather.
Now we follow the rise of Vito and the fall of Michael, two destinies intertwined.
Every empire begins with a spark in the dark. A child becomes a fugitive before becoming a king. A new world awaits those who gamble everything. A name can be lost or forged anew. New York shapes its kings from the shadows. Oppression forces the quiet to become brave. Greatness grows with those who stand beside you. Even small opportunities show the path to power. One choice defines the rise of a legend. The birth of a leader begins with fire and resolve. Respect is earned, one favor at a time. A new dawn is crowned not by words, but by action. A family begins with small victories. Prosperity grows in the shadows of the city. Power attracts enemies who fear its rise. Some enemies must be met with courage, not fear. A son avenges the pain carved into childhood. The past dies so the future may rise. In America, the family begins to flourish. The seeds of an empire take root in quiet rooms. Power rarely passes peacefully from father to son. On the night of celebration, betrayal walks unseen. A leader learns to trust no one. Rage sharpens Michael's resolve. The Senate seeks truth buried in shadows. Enemies strike hardest when pretending to be friends. Loyalty bends under pressure, or it breaks. The Havana sun burns through deceit. Rebellion waits for the perfect moment to ignite. Truth breaks Michael's heart more than bullets ever could. Blood ties fracture as power tightens its grip. Every kingdom suffers storms from within. To survive, Michael must cut deeper than ever before. Silence is bought in ways the world will never know. A brother's betrayal marks the deepest wound. Even mercy becomes a weapon in the wrong hands. Orders are carried out with cold precision. A family once whole becomes ashes in the wind. The past returns one last time to haunt the king. In the end, power claims the soul of its master.
And now, the final chapter, where Michael seeks redemption, but fate returns for him.
Every legacy seeks redemption in its final chapter. Guilt pulls at Michael's soul like a shadow that never fades. A new generation rises from the ashes of the old. Michael hopes to free the family from violence forever. But power never releases its grip without a fight. Old grudges ignite flames too fierce to contain. Chaos bursts forth where greed festers. Violence erupts with the fury of betrayal. In survival, Michael chooses the heir he once resisted. A vow is forged in blood and fire. The streets echo with the consequences of vengeance. Michael faces the price of the life he built. Kay returns, pulled once again into Michael's storm. Old love flickers beneath decades of pain. But the sins of the past cling to the family. Power shifts in shadows, not in daylight. Michael ties the Corleone name to the church's highest halls. But corruption stains even sacred places. Vincent's rise begins with fire and fury. Michael sees in Vincent the heir he never allowed to exist. Every choice Michael makes tightens the noose around him. Vincent's hunger for power grows with each victory. Mary sees only the man behind the violence. Their love becomes a fragile rebellion against the family's fate. Michael fears history repeating through the ones he loves. The enemy strikes from places Michael least expects. Connie takes deadly action to protect her blood. Opera becomes the stage for death and revelation. The attack unfolds in a storm of panic and blood. In the crossfire, fate chooses its cruelest target. Time freezes as Michael's world shatters before him. A father's scream echoes through decades of regret. Mary's death seals Vincent's path in blood. In the ashes of tragedy, the mantle of Dawn must be passed. Vincent becomes Dawn, forged by pain rather than ambition. Michael watches the cycle repeat, powerless to stop it. Years pass, leaving only silence as companion. Memories drift like fading shadows in the sun. In his final moment, peace and sorrow become one. The last dawn falls, quietly, forgotten by all but memory.
Thank you for joining this journey through the Godfather legacy.